you'd like that.
The best surprise I have ever gotten in my whole life. Oh my goodness.
Welcome home.
So it's Heather Ann is the girl that says that. And my mother, I don't know why, always says, you remind me of a little girl. And I'm like, so I'm creepy as shit. Okay. Duly noted. Welcome to Heather lost her other glasses. Here's the OG glasses. Heather has no makeup and Heather's hair is crazy day.
It's okay. I work today, so I'm not. I don't care what I look like either, so don't worry about it.
Oh, I don't care. I mean, I do, but I don't care. Apparently, my phone is updating. Well, it's so nice to see your face. Not like I don't talk to you every other day.
I think you talk to Nick a little bit more than me, though.
I do, because, well, Nick is like much more of a night owl, and I'll call Nick. It's like 2 o'clock here. It's like 8 o'clock there.
So I'm just the side chick, so.
So breaking news, because everyone's phone's going to start to go up. Police say multiple people are wounded and some were killed in a shooting at an Oklahoma medical building.
Oh,
that just came through.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Anyways, hi guys. So I sound a little gruff because I've been talking nonstop for a month and a half. Is that about right?
Yep.
So I'm at my mom's house because free food. No.
I'm more than happy to go to my parents for free food. There's no shame in that.
Oh, for sure. I'm catching up on all of our comments. Are we just waiting for Heather to finish slathering herself with sunburn cream? Wait, why am I sunburned?
I think the last time we did a show, you were kind of burnt, weren't you? Or maybe not.
No. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm so happy to see everybody. Wow, do we have a lot to catch up on, don't we?
Yeah. So you were at the Fringe Festival in Florida. How did that go?
So for anyone that doesn't know about, so I will have no problem talking about Fringe. Willow, you just need to tell me when to shut up.
Hey, what do I have? What do I have?
Christian's picking on me now too. I was sunburned. I mentioned sunburn. I never get sunburned. Wait, I'm toasty and possibly really crunchy. Really, Christian? After all the help I gave you at MegaCon, we got some talking to do. I got some more talking to do. So yeah, just tell me to shut up. So for those that don't know that, or what Fringe is a theater festival that is an unjuried audience. So you pay to get into a lottery to get your show approved, and then you pay, but all the ticket sales go directly back to the artists. I have been very fortunate to go to the Orlando Fringe Festival. I think this is my 16th year. And I've been involved as a volunteer. I've won numerous awards as a volunteer. And probably the last 5 to 6 years, I've been doing shows. So I've stage managed numerous shows. Van Gogh Find Yourself with Walter, who, if you ever look up VGF, what is happening here? I just can't. It's fine. It's just going to happen. And then Hollywood and the good old day. I mean, there's so many shows I've been involved with. And I was so very appreciative and very excited to have friends from Lakeland, which is about an hour and a half for me. The Mesero bands from Rogue Stage. You guys got to see a couple. You got to see Tom Mesero band, and you saw a couple of my friends that were on air. It was funny. Pretty much hung out with Hillary and David Strauss. A good majority of it's a Fringe festival. It worked out really well this time. But yeah, we did Be a Pirate. And we had some really incredible shows. And it was very much like the artists Fringe this year. Attendance was down. Everyone's getting COVID. Everybody's, out. MegaCon was the first weekend, so I was pulling like triple duty between representing HWWS at our booth at MegaCon, where I got to see Christian for most of the time and not be called names. Thanks, Christian. and seeing our dear friends over at Kitchen Killis. By the way, I do have to give a shout out to Billy Floyd, because without him, you would not be seeing me right now. So thanks, Billy. My laptop decided last week it was just gonna not at all work, and it was just a black screen. So he got it on Sunday when he came to see the show, and yeah, and he has been working on it. He's been doing all sorts of stuff, and then I went to his office today. I was there about 2.5 hours while we completely refreshed and reset the entire computer. So that's why it took me a little bit longer to get on, literally by the skin of my teeth. Yeah, pulling quadruple, triple duty and Fringe. So, you know, everyone was there. We got to see our friend shows. I'm so happy. It is truly like my favorite time of the year. It is miserably hot. It is like theater camp. It is like adult summer camp. There's a bar. There's numerous bars. But you're supporting the community. You're part of the arts community. You get to be around all these really brilliant creative minds, and like just be yourself. It's a no judgment zone. Yeah, there's cliques, and you know, I have a couple people who are in like the We Hate Heather club because I just don't put up with their shit. But
I strive to be that.
Yeah. You strive to be part of the We Hate Heather club, Willow?
No, but not taking shit from people. Like I think if I was more that way, people like certain people that I'm dealing with right now.
Oh yeah. Well, this year I decided, you know what, screw this. I'm gonna look my enemies in the face. I don't even consider them enemies. They're just people I used to associate myself with that I grew apart from because I don't buy into their drama. So I got to sit and, you know, look, if somebody walked up, I smiled, hi, and they looked at me all confused because they were expecting me to start shit. One person in particular, who was a very close friend of mine for years, I didn't mention their name whatsoever. I steered far away from them because I just really don't want to deal with them. And like the last day of the festival, somebody from their cast came to me and was like, I don't know you, but so-and-so is, I was like, I just don't care. I don't. And I think that's why it was the best Fringe this year. Is just, I just don't care. I don't care if people are angry at me for being myself. I just don't care. But I got to see so many friends. I had friends that came from Canada. You guys saw Hillary in the video from the Fourth Wall. They're from Massachusetts. DK Reinemer, who's from Washington State. Friends from New York. Friends from Japan. Like, it was amazing. And for the very first time ever, hold on, Carl, they're only your enemies if you decide they're enemies. Otherwise, they're just irritants. That's very accurate. I don't think that they're my enemies, but they apparently do. I just think it's funny at this point. Maybe in my old age, I'm thinking it's funny. It's fine. But this year they did a lot more stuff, and I'm so appreciative they did this. They did a lot more stuff for the artists, and I thought that was really cool. So we had our Fringe prom. And Fringe prom was the official debut of what was supposed to be my Saturday MegaCon outfit. I'm going to briefly pull this up.
The dress is freaking gorgeous.
Thank you. It lights up. So a full Victorian ball gown with a full built corset. The only thing that was bought online were the gloves, because I hate making gloves. And I had a steel wired hoop skirt underneath that we got on Amazon, but I have a full hoop underneath as well. So
I want to host a cosplayer Met Gala one of these days.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if, like, I don't care if it's going to be one of those. I don't want it to be like an expensive thing. I want it to be fairly reasonable price so that the cosplayers will actually show up for it.
Absolutely.
But
well,
I want to see stuff like that.
Now, Willow, when you hear prom or Fringe prom, I think it's like the Met. We're all a bunch of artists. We're all going to be dressed up and crazy. I was the only one dressed up.
What?
And I walked in, but I had my very much like the she is all that moment, or like, you know, people are seeing me like t-shirts and shorts, whatever, and like just kind of run about. And I had like my Cinderella entrance. I can't get over this feeling. I like had to pick my whole 5 layers up in my arms to get down the stairs so I didn't trip. But I walked in and everyone's heads turned towards me, and then everyone just started coming up to me, and it was really nice. Carl, I thought you said you were going to be a zombie Playboy bunny. No, I was supposed to be doing a Scarlet Witch Playboy bunny, but that was part of the friendship that I ended this year. And that's okay. But with that being said, Fringe Prom. Apparently I win Fringe Prom, according to most people. I wanted to do this makeup because this is what I did at MegaCon when I had my half of Madame Leota. Yes, I am blue. I'm actually blue. It took 3 days to remove that. It's true. But my corset does light up like it does in this picture, and my boobs look great, so it's good.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, it was great. But this was the first year that I really felt like part of the family. I mean, I've always had some really great friends there, but this year I actually felt really included, and I no longer felt like an outsider, even though that was probably all just me on myself. But it was a great experience. No wonder they hate Heather. She's too gorgeous. Oh, Carl, you're so sweet. Sure, we'll go with that. But, you know, we had our last night was Monday night. Hold on. Throat is dry. This is what happens. And we have the what's called the Fabbies, which is our award ceremony. And I'm very proud to announce that as the marketing director for Be a Pirate, we won Best Marketing Effort for the entire festival out of all 94 shows. Do you want to see our award?
Yes, please.
Okay, so here's Tom and Tonya posing with their certificate. Look how adorable they are.
Aww.
And here's my trophy.
Oh, that's cool.
I love it. I love it so much. They always make like these weird random things. It's great. We also did get a Critics' Choice Award. Even though it was not something we were going for, I think it's actually pretty cool because in order to get a Critics' Choice Award, the two main media outlets, Gesundheit, the two main media outlets, the Orlando Sentinel and the Orlando Weekly, have to agree on a show. So there's numerous categories, but you know, we got Best of the Fest for Orlando Weekly and the Sentinel, so we're top 8 and top 12 out of 94 shows. Then we win Best Marketing, and then here's Tom. We weren't going for a family show because there's a lot of adult topics in it. But I think that it was pretty cool that we did that, and honestly, it felt like family. And I'm gonna hold my phone up one more time because I want you to see this. And I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, guys, but I can't tell you, like,
it's okay.
And Willow's been through Fringe. I can't explain to anybody about this, and I did a lot more recording this year than I should have, because I wanted to live in the moment. But let me just show you what we did Monday. It was really beautiful. It was kind of overcast and breezy. This is what we did. We just sat out playing that there. And you just sit out on the lawn and you have a great time. We were singing songs from the show and having just an incredible time. And I hit my post-Fringe blues about halfway through the day because, you know, you're around everyone. Don't make me. Oh, God, what are you doing? You can upload this on StreamYard. No, I don't want to upload anything. I'm going to show you all of this stuff right now, Christian. But you're around so many beautiful, creative people, and you're truly your family. Are you being back-ended by a cat or a husband?
No. Well, my husband took off his shirt in the kitchen.
Joe, what is happening here?
Sorry.
It's like every show he wants to just get topless, but he doesn't realize you have a virtual background on, so we can't see him. Or we'll just start to see like a shadow walking. It's great.
He was dressed a moment ago, and then he took off his shirt, so I just had to look.
Do we need to let you go?
No.
But
totally ADD moment. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. But you know, you're around these like beautiful individuals, and it's not for people who like a lot of alone time because you're truly never alone at Fringe. I'm one of those people that even people that just met me this year, they're like, you know everybody, and I'm like. Yeah, it kind of happens. I'm sorry. Like Victoria, who does this really cool show called The Princess Strikes Back, is pretty much like Leia. She looks into her dating life as like she wants to find the ultimate Han Solo. It's amazing. She is incredible. And so we're sitting there. She's like, I really want to talk to Donald Roop, who's from the Ren Theater, Renaissance Theater, which is where I go for our musical Mondays. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I mean, I can get you in touch with him. She's like, well, if you happen to see him around, you know, I'd love the introduction. And I turned this way and I'm like, hey, Donald. And she's like, oh, my God, stop it. Really? And I'm like, he's right there. But I just know a lot of people. Sorry.
Hey, no, that's fine.
But so it was just nice. But I had to go to the bathroom, and everyone's on the lawn, and I leave the lawn to go inside to use the restroom, and I was alone for the first time in like weeks, and I'm just like, not, you know, besides being home at night, and I just sat there and I'm like, shit, I could feel it. I could feel the dread. So it's all right. We finished up great. I left a little bit early on the lawn. I'm talking to my friend Jarman Day, who also has a great podcast. We'll do a collab with him soon. But sitting there having a great time catching up with people. And we all live in the same area besides people live mine. I'm like, this, every year we do this and we say, we're going to get together. And we don't. I said, I'm going to do something. We're going to have to do something because I can't not have this feeling all the time. And the lawn was open until 1. We tried to watch a meteor shower, but there's too much light pollution. I left at like 12:40 because I said, if I don't leave now, I'm going to be a hysterical mess when all the lights shut off and it's just truly over. And David Strauss, a good friend of mine who we had on the show a couple of weeks ago, he said it's his field of dreams moment.
Oh, wow.
When he steps out of the lawn from Fringe on the last day, he turns back to real life. It's like, if you ever watch Field of Dreams, you know, you go out, you play baseball, the minute you take that step back, it's over. And I'm like, oh God, this is a great analogy. So yeah, it was incredible. And I wish it was Fringe all the time, but then I would have more of a voice if I didn't. Yeah.
I hear you. And it's funny because you at least lost your voice for a good reason. Yeah, last week I had my first counseling session with my sister.
Yes, now let's set that up, everybody. Willow did not set this up. Willow's estranged sister, who we've kind of briefly talked about on the show, she's like very much like anti everything that Willow is, and likes to force her agenda on Willow. She texted Willow and said, I have no interest in having a relationship with you, but I'm going to set up a therapy appointment so you can move past this. And I was like, are you kidding me? But Willow went, and go ahead, Willow.
Okay, it was a good first session. Definitely, I definitely am gonna use this week as, you know, a means of, you know, setting proper boundaries. And if going forward, she actually is. Yep.
But she is. I mean, and I'm not going to put her on blast, but I will for a moment. She's very much an anti-vaxxer, anti-masker, anti-global warming. Like, she doesn't believe in any of it. She'll send Willow like all of these like articles and just send her long ass pages of text messages telling Willow how wrong she is. And I don't like that.
Yep.
No.
I have to definitely be a little bit more firm in dealing with her, and that's the struggle that I've had all my life, is, you know, being firm to people and not letting people step over me and take advantage of me.
Yeah. Well, and good for you though. But here's the thing. I don't respect the fact that she said, I want nothing to do with you, but you're going to go to this. Like, she didn't even offer the option. And I think she is the one that truly needs a therapy. Just get it all out in the open.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Carl, absolutely. I think if Willow said the sky was blue, she would argue with her. Not only would she argue with her, she would send her articles as to why the sky is not actually blue. The sky is cerulean, and that it depends on the lighting, what color the sky is, because technically the sky is not blue all the time. It does change color to sunset and when it's dark out. It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah,
so I'm glad that you had a good session, and I'm glad that you're getting something out of it.
Yeah, it was funny because like I went to a convention, our sci-fi convention called KeyCon,
I was just going to ask about that.
That was really good. I had a lot of fun. I got invited to be a judge for a costume contest.
How many cosplay contestants did you have?
There was only like a handful, and hopefully once people. Okay, KeyCon needs to promote themselves a little bit better, and I've been trying.
Maybe they should be our sponsors sometime soon.
And I've been trying to like set up a show where they can where the people running the convention can come on, offer still
or they can pay $30 for programming to get us full sponsorship.
I think that would be an awesome thing. I mean, they put themselves in the Pride Parade every year, so
nice. Oh yeah, happy Pride Month!
Happy Pride Month, everyone!
Happy Pride Month! Oh, and also something awesome today. I don't know if y'all are following. I am, because I love Johnny Depp. Guys, Johnny Depp is officially a free man. He won. Not like there was any freaking doubt in anybody's mind. And I'm sorry, like a friend of mine did post something that said, think about the people that have been in these abusive relationships, and it's bringing up a lot of PTSD. I understand that. But Johnny Depp, man, like his whole career, everything changed. He wrote this really beautiful thing. I know, Willow, you shared it and I shared it as well. Can I read that? Should I read it? What do you think?
Absolutely.
All right. With my almost no voice. So if you guys have not been following, well, I'm sure you guys have been following a little bit of what's been going on with Johnny Depp. Pretty much his ex, Amber Heard, took him to court for defamation. He took her to court. She retaliated with I don't remember what it's called. She pretty much was like, oh, you're going to take me to court for defamation. She like pooped in his bed and cut off part of his finger. It's very abusive. And she caused him to lose Disney. He's freaking Jack Sparrow and the Mad Hatter. How do you do that? So anyways, so he wrote on his socials after he is now a free man, and that there was two different things. So she has to pay out, it was supposed to be like 10.3 million, but she had an anti-suit or a resuit, I can't remember what it's called, where she sued his attorney for defamation of character, which took him down to 3 million out of the 10.3 that she owed him. And the ironic part is that the amount of money she has to pay back to Johnny Depp, even though he wants no money, is the same amount that she got during their divorce settlement. The exact same amount. Huh. Johnny Depp on his social media just about 3 hours ago posted this. 6 years ago, my life, the life of my children, the lives of those closest to me, and also the lives of the people who for many, many years have supported and believed in me were forever changed. All in the blink of an eye. False, very serious and criminal allegations were levied at me via the media, which triggered an endless barrage of hateful content, although no charges were ever brought against me. It had already traveled around the world twice within a nanosecond, and it had a seismic impact on my life and my career. And 6 years later, the jury gave me my life back. I am truly humbled. My decision to pursue this case, knowing very well the height of the legal hurdles that I would be facing and the inevitable worldwide spectacle, sorry, the reading is kind of blurred, spectacle into my life, was only made after considerable thought. From the very beginning, the goal of bringing this case was to reveal the truth regardless of the outcome. Speaking the truth was something that I owe to my children and to all those who have remained steadfast in their support of me. I feel at peace knowing I have finally accomplished that. I am and have been overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and the colossal support and kindness from around the world. I hope that my quest to have the truth be told will have helped others, men or women, who have found themselves in my situation, and that those supporting them never give up. I also hope that the position will now return to innocent until proven guilty, both within the courts and in the media. I wish to acknowledge the noble work of the judge, the jurors, and the court staff and the sheriffs who have sacrificed their own time to get to this point, and to my diligent and unwavering legal team who did an extraordinary job in helping me to share the truth. The best is yet to come, and a new chapter has finally begun. I mean, what a class act, man. Like, what a class act.
Yep.
So that's been a crazy day, y'all. It has. So let's talk fun stuff now that we brought the mood down, now that I brought the mood down. So we did MegaCon. HWWS had a massive booth. And I was like sending Willow pictures of crazy weirdness, and that was fun. whatever. And I got to spend time with Christian at Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and I brought over a booth babe for him, Miss Catastrophe. And it was great. We had Thomas was there. We had Thunder Buddies there. Kitchen Killers was there. We had a great time. We really did. I was trying to update the social media for HWWS as much as possible, but the reception in the convention center was awful.
I think that's everywhere, though. Like,
no,
unless you're
people all over the MegaCon streams are like, this was the worst. It was like vendors couldn't even use credit cards.
Oh.
It was bad because there were so many. They broke record numbers. I actually had friends that waited 3.5 hours online to park.
Oh, wow.
It was bad. It was real bad.
Up here, there were issues with debit machines everywhere.
Like ATMs?
At KeyCon, the ATM machine that is in the restaurant, I had used it, took out $100. And that was my budget for the weekend. And then it was like hours later, they had put up a sign that says out of order, and I'm like, boy, am I lucky.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was crazy at MegaCon. The one thing I wanted to do, which I didn't get a chance to do, was the human crane machine.
Oh.
They strapped you into a harness, put a helmet on you that blindfolded you, and then they brought you up and they suspended you over like boxes of stuff. So there were like collectibles and plush. You couldn't see anything, and then they like dropped you into this, like slowly dropped you into this. You'd grab the thing, and I wanted to do it so bad, but none of my cosplays would allow me to do that without busting out. So there was that. But we had a good time, and I'll tell you the coolest panel, and I love sitting through panels when they're good sometimes, because I used to host panels, and I'm not all about the, ooh, it's a celebrity. I'm more like, I want to learn more of the insider stuff. Ashley Eckstein and Matt Lanter. So Ashley Eckstein, who created her universe, as well as the voice of Ahsoka Tano, and Matt Lanter, who has been all over everything, but he's also the voice of Anakin Skywalker for Clone Wars. It was a great panel. It was really entertaining. I put that up on HWWS. But I finished my MegaCon with one of the coolest things I've ever sat through in my entire life. It was Ken Page. And why am I blanking on his name? Oh my God. Chris Sarandon, I want to say. Please, before I forget, let me quadruple check. I know I posted online. Yes, Chris Sarandon. I'm not that stupid. Okay, yay me. Yay. So it was a Nightmare Before Christmas panel, and Ken Page was the voice of Oogie Boogie, and Chris Sarandon's the voice of Dark Skellington. And man, there were some super fans in that crowd, but I sat in the front row. So I am the Fan Meetups ambassador for Fan Expo HQ, which is MegaCon here in Florida. Happened to sit somebody next to somebody in marketing. And we just kind of geeked out over it. They were doing voices. They were a delight. I know I posted some of the stuff to HWWS, and we'll upload it from our Sideshow page too. What a cool panel. And I mean, I was as close as like the laptop is. I was about that close because it was front and center. And it was cool because these are really, truly hardworking individuals. I mean, Prince Humperdinck, come on. But what a blast. What a freaking blast. So I'm very appreciative to have been able to do that, because as the Meetups ambassador, I actually get free passes through MegaCon because I do stuff for them all year for free. So it was a good time. And I'm just exhausted. I am exhausted.
Gonna sleep for another week.
Let me tell you, yesterday. So yesterday was my first day, like after everything. Yeah. I went to bed probably about 3:00 in the morning. I set my alarm. I wanted to take my car into the shop. I set my alarm for like 11:30 just to give myself extra time. I woke up. I'm up for like an hour. I fell back asleep until 4.
Oops.
Yeah, that was my reaction. Oops. And I was like, oh, wow, I must have really needed that. And then I just could not sleep last night. And then I've had this like sniffly thing in the throat thing. And I did test myself. I am negative, but I think it's just exhaustion. I might be getting a little bit of a cold. So that happens. But stay safe, and you got to do what you can.
Yep.
Wow, there's so much to catch up on us.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty much like.
So
I have a counseling session tomorrow with my sister, and then Friday I have my therapist, my therapy.
So you're gonna go to therapy on Friday after therapy session because you're gonna have a therapy session about your therapy.
I need therapy for my therapy session.
I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome.
But I mean, I love my therapist, so I mean, hey, I pay her $150 to hang out with her, so.
Wait. She scheduled this appointment, and you have to pay for it.
No. The counseling session with my sister, she's paid for.
She better.
And then I have my own.
Why is everybody worried about wardrobe malfunctions with me? Thanks, guys. Now I know where your brains lie when you see me. Rude.
Well, I mean, like when I dress up as Elvira, everybody's like, "Are you? Are you sure you're okay? You're not gonna pop up?" Like, glue and tape work wonders.
But see, the corset. So my seamstress Heather Smith, a dear friend of mine, we worked in this really diligently. We still have some things to move around. That corset wasn't going anywhere from my Leota dress whatsoever, and it has pockets. Yes, it has pockets.
Wow.
Oh, it does. But people saw me in like a shirt like this, like there's a little bit of cleavage there. And that was it. Like I wasn't like super tight clothing. And what does she mean? Now she knows her. Wow. Thanks, Donna. What is going on? Why is it pick on Heather Day right now? God. I don't understand.
I'm sure next week it'll be pick on me. So
no, but Nick might want to jump on in a minute, Willow, if you want, or if you have the time.
Sure.
But I walk into I have my Cinderella moment, and of course, like the guys are okay, like the guys are respectful. Oh no, all of my girlfriends were like boobies, and I'm like especially Hillary, who we had in our show a couple weeks ago. She's like, damn, and I was like, what? Don't make me insecure. She's like, I mean, boobs. I was like, what? Like nobody knew I had them?
Okay, so here's the fun fact about women. We have boob envy. Okay,
so I guess I don't have that because I have my own boobs. Yes, no, I know, Carl. I know.
We have boob envy at pretty much every convention.
My mother is apparently walking in on the middle of our podcast. Fine. Hi, Mom. Hey, Mom, you want to come say okay? I literally texted her, this is her room. And I'm like, I'm using your room for my podcast. Mom. Okay. I guess because I have
always
boobs,
walking at the weirdest time when I'm talking about boobs, though.
No, but to this day, my parents will still say, just don't wear anything that shows your cleavage. And I'm like, should I be ashamed? Like, I don't know.
Another fun fact, boobs don't go away when you're wearing baggy shirts.
No, they do not.
They're still very much there.
I'm really kind of offended. Hi, Nick. So I'm very offended as to what Christian is saying, and I don't think he understands what he's actually saying. So he's actually calling me a whole pig. Is there a reason for being so rude, Christian? I will have no problem calling you out.
Wow.
I'll wait. Nick's on mute. Nick's reading through comments to see what I'm talking about.
Well, actually, I was not reading through comments, but I just happened to hop in, and it seems like Apocalypse Now, I guess.
I'm still trying to understand why Christian, who I've done everything for the last 3 years, decided he wants to call me a pig. Anyways, so if we have to ban Legend of the Traveling TARDIS from our show, I have no problem doing that either. But anyways, hi, Nick. How's it going in Milan?
Going well, thank you. We're actually celebrating the eve of a big national holiday over here in Italy tomorrow, because tomorrow is the anniversary of the Republic. So
yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, because basically it marks it will be 76 years. The Republic's as old as my dad, which is interesting. But it marks the 76th anniversary since Italy became a republic, because it happened, of course, on June the 2nd of 1946, right after the Second World War, where we decided to do away with our royals and say, hey, we don't want royalty anymore. We can govern ourselves.
Right. So what do you guys do for the day?
Well,
besides, you went out to the bar with your friends earlier and sent
well,
me a video of your cat that I couldn't watch.
Let's say that those maybe who are less kind of patriotic, I suppose, like, yay, we don't have to work the next day, so let's go out and drink. Who cares whether we got a republic or not? Kind of like, I guess, certain holidays elsewhere. But yeah, no, basically, it's just really sort of, should we say, an excuse for families to, meet up and have lunch or dinner or have you. Because I will say, I think the United States is the most patriotic country in the world. There are very, very few countries out there who are saying, I'm proud to be from my country. In Italy,
I don't know if I'm proud to be from my country, because when I went to France, I was told, do not tell people unless they start talking to you that you're American.
Well, it depends who's in the White House.
I will gladly send you a Canadian patch so that you can pretend that you're Canadian, because apparently we get treated like gold elsewhere.
I think when it comes to changing your nationality when you're American, it kind of depends who's in the White House and what the world at large thinks of him, or so I think that might be it for the most part. But no, patriotic in the sense that in America, everybody's all about having the flag outside their house and being, I'm so proud to be American. I love, there's so many anthems.
So that's a lie, because I don't see that unless it's like Memorial Day or 4th of July. Then people
but in
go
general,
like,
most people will be like, I love my country. America's the best. God bless America and everything else. Elsewhere, not so much.
I think there's a lot of that in the South, not so much.
Hold on a second, guys. Hold on.
But
I got to take care of my stepdad's having a thing. I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Right. No, but so you were saying, Willow, I mean, for example, in Canada, do you have a lot of people who say, I'm proud to be Canadian?
Oh, I say that. I say that constantly, where I'm proud to be Canadian.
There's a strong patriotic
like the flag, we do have that on occasion. Well, for like Canada Day, we have the odd home that has the Canadian flag on it.
Right.
But like when it comes to patriotism, I think in the last couple of years, you've seen a lot of I want to be proud, but Canada has a long way to go for changing a lot of stuff.
No, of course. But what I'm saying is you will see people, I mean, like in the States, I see a lot is people will almost go, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of people who will defend America no matter how flawed it is, saying because I can't say anything wrong against my country because it's anti-American and therefore it's wrong. Whereas, I mean, I see this almost like as an outsider looking in. In Italy, there is not one person literally that will say, I am proud to be Italian.
So here's a weird thing though, and I don't know if it's the same way in Canada, but here in the States, hold on guys. So for those of you that don't know, my stepdad's got corticobasal, so it's a very degenerative disease. So if you're yelling in the background, it's just because he's causing a ruckus. But so in the States, if you're Italian and you're in the States, oh my God, it is like the horn, you're wearing this, you're wearing the chain, you're wearing an Italia shirt, you've got like everything, Italy. It's just like, it's nonstop. And it's like, okay, we get it. Like Nick knows.
But those are Italian Americans.
Is what? Italian Americans.
Yes.
Yes.
Big difference between Italian Americans and
yes.
I try to explain this to people all the time.
But the Pacinis.
Yeah,
them up all the time.
Or even folks, don't judge Italians by watching Jersey.
Thank you. Okay, you said it first.
In Italy.
No, I judge all Italians based off of you, so it's fine.
I didn't want to say anything about the Jersey Shore people without insulting.
No, have you seen the Pacini on TikTok? Like they drive me crazy. But like Jersey Shore, like that's not even Italian. That's like, and they're not even from Jersey. Okay.
Exactly. Probably doesn't even
They're not. Oh no, you think I'm kidding? They're from Staten Island. That's not New Jersey. That is New York.
There you go.
You just go
Well,
down to the shore. Hi, Dan Hollyfield.
but it is that thing. I mean, and also I think there's unity. Something I've noticed a lot aside from the political stuff. I've noticed, like, if you're from Texas or you're from California, you're gonna say, you're gonna feel that camaraderie of we're both American. Whereas in Italy, you come from Milan or you come from down south in Naples, like I'm from Milan, he's from Sicily. There's not
Yeah,
that
Nick
we're
talks a
both
lot
Italian.
of trash about other places in Italy. It's really funny.
The only time the nation comes together is when Italy is playing in the World Cup or in the Euro Cup, and then we're all Italian and we're all, we're one nation bonded together because we're all united under.
I wish we had something to bring our country together, but like even on our national holidays, people don't come together.
Well, but I mean, but you don't feel that diversity though, in the sense that you feel like, as I said, you're from like New York, for example, from Florida, and the chap from Arkansas. You both feel like you're American and your brother and sister, and since you're fellow Americans, right? Or
nope,
like,
that's not how it is
you're
here.
From Arkansas and I'm from Florida, we don't mix.
But that's how. Yeah, go ahead, Willa.
When it comes to Canadians, like people will ask, "Oh, what nationality are you?" We're proud to say our nationality before we even say that we're Canadian.
Right.
Well, but what's considerably your nationality?
Well, mine is Ukrainian and German.
So I'm Russian.
I'm Canadian.
And Ukrainian. Yeah, I'm Ukrainian. So from Odessa, but
and then Quebec is even worse in the sense that I'm from Quebec. I'm not from Canada. As much as I love the Quebecois, and I'm a Montreal Canadian supporter, but for them it's Quebec first, Canada second.
Oh yeah, and their French isn't even real French.
I tried to speak French to them; they could not understand me. Like, you were taught by a Parisian, weren't you? I'm like, yeah, of course, but that's how it goes.
I mean, it's really funny. I was shooting pool last night. I don't know how it came up because I was playing a team that was Spanish. They started talking to me in Spanish, and I'm like, I am very white. So I don't know why. I was just in that kind of mood. I started speaking French back to them. They looked very confused. Because I'm like, what is the whitest of all white languages? You're going to start talking to me in Spanish, and I understand everything you're saying. I'm just going to respond to you in French. Oh, you don't speak French? Well, then don't talk shit about my team. It always reminds, so I had a bougie day today because I needed it. Got my nails did. Look at these fancy things.
Exactly. I guess unlike Keith Urban, blue is your color.
Blue is my color. It is.
Okay,
my shirt says "Bitch, I'm fabulous" in a unicorn. It's just that day to day. I just don't care. Oh, it does. But I was sitting there, and I'm gonna date myself for a second. Do you guys remember the episode of Seinfeld where Elaine had an issue in the nail salon?
I've never watched
Kramer
Seinfeld
comes
in my
into.
life, so I wouldn't know. I've never watched Seinfeld in my life, so I wouldn't know.
Okay.
I may remember the episode of it.
So there was an episode where the nail techs are talking in their native tongue, and Elaine is. I was not a huge Seinfeld fan, but I dated a guy who was a huge Seinfeld fan. But they were talking shit behind her back while they were doing her nails, and so she brings in Kramer, who's the crazy guy.
Right. Okay, I remember.
He speaks Vietnamese or whatever they were speaking, and was having a full conversation with them and translating it. But it's just I get it. People have no problem speaking their native tongue, but don't always assume. What's the story?
So okay, yeah, we're gonna go down the wrong rabbit hole here, but yeah, they.
I don't think our viewers would mind if we went in the wrong hole.
But
you said it. I thought about it.
They go the extra mile by complaining that when we're talking English around them. But it's a two-way street, folks.
And so I go to Victoria's Secret has an outlet. Yes, they do. And why not? If I can pay less for the same stuff in the stores, I'm going to go there. But in Orlando, especially at the outlet stores, we have a huge Brazilian following, huge tourists, and that's fine. And I know a lot that come into
grandmas. Boy, I tell you what.
Well, yeah. So, but everyone in the store starts talking to you, and I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying.
So they're speaking to you in Portuguese, basically.
Yes, but they don't understand that I'm I live here, and none of them actually speak English. I have no problem with you speaking whatever language you need to speak to, but please don't assume that I speak your language And if you're going to work in a customer-facing arena, please at least start talking to me in my tongue. And if you don't understand, then get someone that does instead of just walking away.
That's totally fair.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Like, I speak French, I speak Spanish, I speak English, and I speak Pig Latin. And I'm learning Italian thanks to Nick. So,
and I envy you guys because I wish I could. Like, I remember being able to understand my grandfather when he talked in Ukrainian, and for the life of me, I don't remember a single damn word.
Sorry.
But it's fair. I mean, I think it's good to maintain.
Use Duolingo. I'm gonna give a shout out to Duolingo because that's truly how I taught myself French.
It's very. I mean, I think it's great to keep traditions going. I mean, heck, my grandfather pretty much spoke more Milanese than he did Italian, and
so I didn't know that was the difference. By the way, people in Milan speak different.
Well, yeah, because in every city there is a dialect, and granted, okay, with the new generations, it's dying out because, I guess the new generations, the younger generations don't have that. But, and in fact, I insisted to with my grandfather, said, speak to me in Milanese. I want to keep that alive. And even my dad, sometimes he kind of, when he cusses, when he says certain things, use certain phrases in Milanese. And I will do the same thing as well. It's just part of your makeup, if you will. But going back to what you were mentioning, Heather, about, you're moving to another country. I think it's totally, totally fair that you keep your identity, you keep your traditions. Nothing against it. But if you're moving to another country, I think it's only respectful that you learn the language of the country in which you are living in and you're working, and so on.
I mean, I was really impressed in France that a lot of people spoke English, and I didn't expect that. I expected to have to use a lot more French than I did. But, even living here, there's so many people from all over the world. And like Google Translate is my best friend. And some people just don't understand. It's just really, really easy. You can literally hit the microphone, let them talk, and it'll translate it. Like, go that extra step. I have no problem doing that.
But also
so Matt wants to see, you mean we're not supposed to judge Italians off of The Godfather? Oh, no, you absolutely can. You 100%.
And may I also add, those are Sicilians, and they're not even from up north.
You're gonna get Nick started.
No. Well, heck, my brother-in-law is from Apulia, which is down south, so it's all good.
I had Italian food last night, and I want more Italian food now. I'm gonna just turn into an Italian.
We're just.
I think I told you. So when I was like 12 to like 15, I was so obsessed with Italy and the culture and everything. And I have naturally dark features and light eyes. People don't look at me and go, oh, you're Ukrainian/Russian. They're like, are you Spanish? Because South Florida now. Yeah. Oh, you must be Italian. And I was convinced I was Italian.
Once again, depends from the area in the sense that, if you're obviously from down south, you tend to kind of look more like me, I suppose, where it kind of is like the olive skin and sort of the darker features, etc. Or you will have what is known as the blonde Sicilian, which was a thing that actually happened.
Well, you're going to piss off Kat because Kat says, hey, leave the Sicilians alone.
Oh, well, hey, I'm from up north, Kat, so that's how it is, So.
I mean, Kat, I think if we put Kat and you against each other, Kat would 100% win.
Probably, but what I'm saying is, the Northerners hate the Southerners and the Southerners hate the Northerners. It's a rivalry. It's been going on since the dawn of time. And I'm not going to get into
that happens everywhere.
Oh, you mean it's not just in the U.S. or in Canada? Oh, okay.
And I'm not going to get into it because there's a whole big thing going on.
No, get into it, Nick. It's fine. We only have
I'm sure there would be a war in Canada between the North and South, but it's too damn cold up north, so we stay in
the major gripe that the Northerners in Italy have with the Southerners is that we do all the work and they don't do anything. In the sense that they spend most of their time lounging around on their beaches, living off welfare and doing nothing, while the main regions which bring in the economy of the country, and it is a fact, are Lombardy, which is my region, Piedmont, Veneto, and so on. They are the driving force. And the thing is, the North has been sending money down to the South since the dawn of time. There literally is a fund for the South. Mm-hmm. What happens is, it all ends in the wrong pockets, i.e. the mob. it all goes into the mob's pockets. And so the Southerners are constantly crying of, we need the money, we need the money, we need the money. The problem is it always goes to the mob. And a lot of people complain, in inverted commas, that a lot of Southerners don't have any work, so they move up north. And so they all have to find jobs because there's barely any jobs in the South, and they look for a better life in the North, which is totally fine as long as you're doing it honestly.
Sure.
And then, of course, the mob has moved up to the North as well because the government thought it was a great idea to isolate the mob bosses in the South and bring them up north because they're not going to have a sphere north. Lo and behold, you send them up north, they open a whole new playground.
So much drama.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Italians are all about drama. Heck, we invented opera. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all about the drama. But no, I mean, I love all Italians as long as they're respectful.
Carl says, "Wow, Nick shovels the dirt tonight."
I guess it's one of those days, right on the eve of the Republic's anniversary. Here I am, kind of saying this stuff, but no,
it's okay. That's why Willow and I were like winding down with like all of our catch up, and I'm like, "Hey Nick, you want to hop on?" He's like, "Sure, why not?"
I love my country, but the problem is, and there was actually a time when I actually would go around saying I'm so proud to be Italian, which has given us so many wonderful minds, composers, inventors, etc. The problem is these days, if you say you're proud of being Italian, people will say you're a fascist because i.e. nationalism.
Oh,
that's the whole thing.
Are you guys still dealing with the Mussolini stuff?
Heck, Mussolini's granddaughter's in politics.
Crazy.
She used to be an actress in sexy comedies and then decided that wasn't enough for her, so she decided to go into politics.
Wow.
Too much drama. I cannot stop yelling. I don't know what's wrong with me, y'all.
So that's.
I mean, the last time I really paid attention to anything of the daughter of Mussolini was when she was having a all-out Twitter fight with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, exactly. And
what?
Jim did go a little bit far in the sense that he basically. I believe posted a photo of an upside down picture or whatever, saying, because obviously as a, should we say, dig at her grandfather, who of course was hung, for his crimes.
Why is Jim Carrey getting into all of this stuff? Like, what?
I mean,
he's an artist, so he painted a picture, and it was, yeah.
But
he had the whole like anti-vaccine thing when he was with Jenny McCarthy.
There you go.
Do you not remember that, Willow?
I stayed away from that.
But
yeah.
Fascism.
Dan says Canadian Civil War equals either a hockey game or a snowball fight.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
But fascism hasn't gone away here. I mean, there actually still is. I mean, it is at the birthplace of Mussolini. It's considered a holy ground where fascists meet, and they still do the Roman salute, and they have busts of Mussolini, and they call themselves comrade and all this kind of thing. So it's still a thing.
I thought comrade was like a Russian thing.
Well, I mean, it is for both. Because in Italian it's camerata, which means comrade, as in fascist brother.
Gotcha.
But it works for both communists and fascists, at least in the English language. But yeah, so there's still a thing. There's still people even here who have busts of Mussolini in their house and all this kind of thing. Because their excuse is this: Mussolini did great things for the country. His only big mistake was to ally himself with Hitler.
Well, that's the only mistake. That's a pretty damn big mistake.
Yeah, that's the excuse of fascists today in Italy. It's just, he made the trains run on time. He was good to his people. The only problem is...
so that's the thing. So it's funny that you say that. So Fringe, a new producer, Paco, came, and he had 5 easy guides to being German. And it was very much like what we're talking about, but in like a very twisted, funny way. But he was talking about the trains.
Kind of way.
But he was talking about the trains, and I was like, that's an actual thing. So now that you just confirmed it, thank you.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what the saying was in Italy, is that Mussolini makes the trains run on time.
How?
Oh, Lord knows, but yeah, that's what a lot of people feel these days, and they still calling out for another leader like Mussolini to come back and lead the country and everything else. Like, as long as he doesn't put in the racial laws and stuff, bring back Mussolini. We want fascism, So So yeah, it's still very much a thing.
What a mess.
Hey,
Let's see,
people
we've
still.
got 5 minutes left. You guys want to like push your shows? That's fine. Nick?
I mean, this seems so unfair in the sense I'm kind of just going on this ride for this to plug my show. So
No, this is a whole new perspective on Italy and your whole.
We bring you on for the cultural aspect.
No, well, I mean to keep
Notice you got more comments than anything that Willow and I were doing.
But no, it's sadly that happens everywhere. Like we have people with that mindset here, and
fascism is still sadly alive and well. It's a very sad thing, but sadly it's still alive and well. But to keep it very, very brief, folks, if you're fans of country music, you can find me hosting Whiskey and Cigarettes. To visit that, you can head out to the website. That's whiskeyandcigarettesshow.com. If the superhero movies are your speed, you can find me reviewing superhero movies on Happiness and Darkness, the superhero movie podcast.
Look how prepared she is. I love it.
Widow's number one.
It was just right there.
Hey!
and yeah, so you can find that. And of course, if you're fans of the Oscars or Best Picture winners, you can find myself, Sam Sprouse, and Rachel Friend discussing all Best Picture movies in chronological order on Gold Standard, the Oscars podcast, and that is also wherever you get.
And what show can they find me as a guest on coming up soon?
Well, first off, Heather, you will actually be making your debut on Happiness and Darkness, discussing Sky High next week, which will definitely be fun. And God willing, you'll also be making a couple of appearances on Gold Standard. So I'm definitely looking forward to you hopefully making dances.
Nick was watching Titanic yesterday out of nowhere, and I'm like, why are you watching Titanic? He was like, for Gold Standard. And I'm like, when are you doing Titanic, and why didn't you tell me about it? So, I'm booked for like a year from now.
So Heather might be making an appearance on both Dances with Wolves this year and it depends on your schedule, of course. I know you're a very busy lady. And of course,
why does everyone say that? I obviously have time to talk to you, chucklehead.
Appreciate it. But yeah, Dances with Wolves and Titanic next year. So we're looking forward to having you on for sure, Heather. That would be great.
Yeah, you got to say that because we're friends. And you can find Willow here alongside me every Wednesday, generally starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, unless Willow accidentally puts it in the wrong time zone or like crazy shit's not happening, where I'm like, I'll be like,
never set the studio up at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, that was like the earliest you've ever sent me the studio link, and I'm like, okay. So for you guys that don't understand the back end of SO, we use a brand called StreamYard to access the studio, so we can live stream like this and go to all of YouTube and Facebook. And so you have to set up a studio every time. It's not like you just go in and use the same link. So Willow goes through and sets up a studio, sets up the time.
My mind perpetually is in the
she set it up for the wrong time, and I said, this is yet another reason why you need to move to Florida. Besides all the snow. So there's that. And then you can find Willow and myself along with Keisha Akoff coming up this Sunday. Isn't it this Sunday? Is first and third Sunday of every month. Yes, back to the Cereal Box Network. We will be doing Cryptid Crunch this Sunday. We are going to discuss dream walking, dream interpretation, weird dream stuff. I've been having some crazy ones, and I'm like, Willow, oh my God.
Yeah. What? I actually have to tell you something that we have a guest coming on Sunday, Dr. Amelia.
So we're not doing it at all about dreams. We're going to do it about.
Like we can still do the dream thing, but we can find out what she's been dreaming.
Willow has been fangirling over this doctor because she's freaking awesome. So ignore everything I just said because that was a surprise to me.
Sorry, yeah, she just confirmed that she
awesome.
Is really interested in joining us. Emily Zarka, she's the one that I've been using. All her facts and
she videos. Has a YouTube series, right, about cryptids. Yeah. So we'll discuss all that, and
Smart
then we'll
doctor woman.
Yeah, we'll briefly touch on dream stuff, but then we'll just probably do it on the third week of June, just like dreams in general.
Yeah.
And then you can find us here next Wednesday, probably still talking about Italian politics. Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, I'm very terrified about what's going on with this country. I mean, but I guess we'll see.
I think all of us here, no matter what country we're in, we're all terrified about what's going on. We keep having all these mass shootings. It is so scary. I just can't. I just can't get over it. Even like I've been watching Stranger Things. I don't know if anyone's been watching Stranger Things, but the opening slide for Stranger Things, they updated it. Said we filmed this episode over a year ago. The opening sequence is going to give you shock, or it's going to make you feel uncomfortable due to the recent shooting in Texas. How many freaking shootings do we have to have? We had New York, we had Philadelphia, we had Texas. We have wherever the new one is, Massachusetts or Minnesota. It's scary. So all I will say is everyone needs to be safe out there. We need to take care of everybody. Take care of your own, but take care of your own and then some. And it's scary. Like we need each other. And the more we don't support each other, the more stupid shit's gonna happen. That's what it comes down to. I want to end this on a negative note. We'll end it on a positive note. Nick, we're so glad that you joined us. I'll probably call you in like 10
The pleasure
minutes.
is certainly mine. I'm probably going to have a lot of Sicilians gunning for me at this point, but what can you do?
Cool, more viewers.
Joe and I just put new tires on our 66 Dodge Coronet, so we're going to take that baby for a ride soon.
Take pictures.
Yes.
Do I have anything exciting happening in my life? So I have a very big interview happening at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for a potential big job.
Ooh.
So think happy thoughts, and then if I get the job, I will disclose it. So stay tuned.
Go to Disney for the pixie dust.
Yeah, snort all the pixie dust you can, and hope that I don't lose my voice by the time that my interview starts in the morning. But yeah, so we're so glad that you guys joined us, and Nick, always a pleasure to have you kind of just pop in and talk random shit. It's great.
Thank you.
If you like us, make sure you actually like us, follow, like, share, and subscribe to The Sideshow at facebook.com/Our Sideshow Live, or you can go to YouTube, HWWS Web TV. Hopefully you'll see our most updated episodes. Or if you want to support, I don't know, my non-voice habit or Nick's habit of talking politics, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/The Sideshow. Willow would probably love that money so that she can buy more cat food for 1 million cats.
There you go.
I need a cat tree, folks. Or a couple of them.
I need to get you in touch with David Strauss, who runs the Orlando Cat Cafe, Kitty Beautiful here. They have so many cat things, but you don't live here and you can't get them, so you have to live in Canada and be silly. Anyways, we're so glad you guys joined us. It's nice to see everyone's familiar faces. I know that Will and I have been on hiatus. Life catches up with you, and that's okay. I think self-care is the most important kind of care there is. No matter if you go to therapy, no matter if you scream into your pillow, you do what's going to make you guys feel the most comfortable and be your true, genuine, authentic self. And we love you guys, right?
Amen.
All the love. It's like Disney love in here.
Exactly.
And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Nick, I'll call you in a few minutes with Willow on the phone. We'll just have our own not show. Washington State had a shooting too, Dan, but the cops up there think it was someone being menaced by a bear. Holy crap. So please be really safe and don't shoot people or don't be in places, or just don't live in a bubble. Enjoy life for what it is.
Can we just put your whole country on Valium or something to relax you guys?
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go watch the news now. Yay. I'll talk to everybody later.
Don't.
I'm not. I can't. I just can't. I'm going to put on Food Network and Disney Channel.
Go put on your favorite CD, relax, and
Time out. Yeah. We're not ending the show yet. CD.
Okay, put on your whatever music thing that you listen to. Listen to your favorite band and just relax.
While I'm at it, let me go find an 8-track for final. I will put on Spotify for Disney musicals on Broadway. Thank you very much. All right, we missed you guys. For those of you that joined us on the other network and Back in the Cereal Box, we'll see you on Sunday. Otherwise, happy hump day, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
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 Bye.